Is about remaining portions of requirement elicitation activities. The next point is refining use cases. What do you mean by refining use cases? The following aspects of use cases are detailed during refinement. The elements that are manipulated by the system are detailed. The low level of sequence of interactions between the actor and the system are specified. Access rights are specified. Missing exceptions are identified and their handling specified. Common functionality among use cases are factored out. The next point is identifying relationship among actors and use cases. Communication relationship between actors and use cases. There are different methods for communication relationship between actors and use cases. One is extended relationship, second is include relationship, and third one is extended versus include relationship. What do you mean by extended relationship between use cases? So in this example of communication relationship among actors and use cases in front system is shown in the figure. The field officer initiates the report emergency use case and the dispatcher initiates the open incident and allocate resources use cases. Field officers cannot directly open an incident or allocate resources of their own. So a use case extends another use case if the extended use case may include the behavior of the extension under certain conditions. So the extension is shown in the figure like this, extends. And the second one is include relationship between use cases. So redundancies among use cases can be factored out using include relationship. The dispatcher needs to consult the city map when opening an incident and when allocating resources. In this case, view map use cases describes the flow of events required when viewing the city map and is used both the open incident and the allocate resources use cases. So this is include relationship between use cases. And the third one is extend versus include relationship. In this, both extend and include relationship are used. Use include relationship to factor out commonly occurring normal activities that are common to multiple use cases. Included use cases are often capable of standing alone as use cases and are usually invoked from other use cases at predictable points. Example, printing. Then use extend relationship to document unusual exceptional error and rarely occurring use cases. Extend use cases generally cannot stand alone and in general could be invoked from any point in a number of use cases. Example, power failure. So the next point is identifying initial analysis object. So, one of the first obstacles developers and users encounter when they start collaborating with each other is differing terminology. Although developers eventually learn the users' terminology, this problem is likely to be encountered again when new developers are added to the project. Misunderstanding result from the same terms being used in different contexts with different meanings. To establish a clear terminology, developers identify the participating objects for each use cases. Developers should identify name and describe them unambiguously and collate them in a glossary. So, that is in the figure we can see that heuristics for identifying initial analysis object, terms that developers or users must clarify to understand the use case, recurring nouns in the use case, real world entities that system must track, real world process that system must track, use cases, data sources or scenes, artifacts with the use interacts, always use application domain as parts. Then participating objects for the reporting emergency use cases, dispatcher, emergency report, field officer, incident. And the heuristics for cross-checking use cases and participating objects, which users create this object, which actors can access this information, which use cases modify and destroy this object, which actor can initiate these use cases, is this object needed? All is come under identifying initial analysis object. And the next one is identifying non-functional requirements. What do you mean by identifying non-functional requirements? Identifying non-functional requirements describe aspects of the system that are not directly related to its functional behavior. Non-functional requirements span a number of issues from user interface look and field to response time requirements to security issues. So example questions for eliciting non-functional requirements. And the last one is managing requirement elicitation. Here we are using three techniques: negotiating specification with the clients, that is joint application design, then maintaining traceability and documenting requirement elicitation. So this is the activities in joint application design. The heart of the JAD is the shortly we'll call joint application design as JAD. The heart of the JAD is a session activity during which all stakeholders design and agree to a requirement specification. The activity is prior to the session maximizes its efficiency. The production of the final document captures the decisions made during the session. So, JAD is a requirement method developed by at IBM at the end of 1970s. Its effectiveness lies in the requirement elicitation work is done in one single workshop session in which all stakeholders participate. Users, clients, developers and a trained session leader sit together in one room to present their viewpoints, listen to other viewpoints, negotiate and come to a mutually acceptable solution. And the next is maintaining traceability. It means that how to maintain a traceability can be done using document requirements elicitation. Results of the requirement elicitation and analysis activities are documented in requirement analysis document RAD. This is the RAD document. So RAD document contains this much of specifications. Introduction is there and there are subdivisions is there. Then current system, proposed system, system models, glossary. So this is all about our requirement elicitation activities. We'll come with the next video. Till then, bye.